Conculysts. If they scan you, sentient fighters won't be far behind.
And I won't either. What is good, guys? This is Willem over here, and after the second Dream update, there have been hella people trying to find a new stance mod, Vengeful Revenant. Given its relatively low drop chance, I've heard that some people went a couple hundred tries to no avail, and I myself am still trying to get it. So I decided to show you guys how I'm currently doing it. Solo. The mission you want to do is Plato on Earth, so it's an exterminate, and you can just do this over and over again. The survival is going to take you a whole group, and the mobile defense data terminals can be one-shotted by Conculysts, I hear. Now, I suggest doing this every now and then so that you don't stress yourself out trying to get this thing. And there's a couple things you'll need to know. Number one, you'll need to get these from Conculysts. These are the only things in Warframe that drop them. And they're relatively hard to kill, and they don't even spawn 100% in every time you go to the Morgan Moon from which they spawn in. Another thing you gotta be aware of is these are the new enemies that are introduced to Warframe called the Sentients. These things, after a certain amount of HP has been torn out, they adjust to whatever damage that is being dealt to them. And they are not to be taken lightly. After it's adjusted to a certain damage type, that damage type will be rendered useless against them. I've seen groups of people in other Warframes struggle trying to kill these things. Luckily, there's a way around this. I heard there are a couple of things that they don't adjust too well, and one of them being is Excalibur's Exalted Blade. Now we're going to use this and take full advantage of it in order to farm these guys as quick as possible. You're going to need two things. An Excalibur and a melee weapon, both maxed and tailored for Exalted Blade. The builds I'll be using will have no form or required, so it'll be easy for you to adjust to. Now, this isn't the best build out there, and you could probably find one or build one yourself that could do this a lot faster, but this one works just fine for me. Okay, so for the Excalibur, you need at least a steel charge as your aura, and you're gonna need Intensify, Streamline, Flow or Prime Flow, a fleeting expertise. Stretch can do you good, and I had a maximum vitality and shields on, but armor helps a lot too, and also rage. As for your melee weapon, you want something with a high crit chance and attack speed basically. So I decided to go with the Prisma dual cleavers, but the regular dual cleavers will do you just fine, and they're easy to get, and you only need Mastery rank 3 to get them, and they can be found at the local market. And by local market, I mean the one found in your set. And they don't take a lot to build either. As for the mods for the melee weapon, what you want to think is the mods are not for the weapon itself, it's for the Exalted Blade. So you're going to be modding it with mods that benefit Exalted Blade, such as Pressure Point, True Steel, Fury, Berserker, Killing Blow, Organ Shatter, Reflex Coil, and I use Crossing Snakes as my stance in this video. Life Strike will do you a lot of good, but I carry Restores, and I prefer the channel efficiency to burst the guys down faster, so I opted for Focus Energy. So how this is going to go down in every mission is going to be pretty much the same thing. You're going to have to wait till the Conculysts appear, indicated by the flashing lights. Once they scan you, the Conculyst and the Battlist should appear shortly. What you want are the Conculysts, remember that. Keep note, they don't always spawn. You will need a good amount of energy to start with, otherwise you won't be able to use your Exalted Blade if not very long. And you're gonna need a big, well open area like this. You really need that. A corridor will not do. The reason why you need a high ground also is so that when Battlists appear, their disco lights don't hit you. And for the big area, you need that to avoid the Conculysts as they do their tornado thing. Use your bullet jump and whatever you can to avoid it. You cannot let these guys get close or even corner you. It's most especially that, or you will die. Now once the tornado is over, you go to town with them, channel, whatever, burst them down. Make sure you have good enough energy before you start. Remember this. Now that's done. One thing you gotta know is after you get one down, they can restore your full health, shields, and energy in an instant. So you wanna get one down fast. Sometimes you gotta prioritize Battlists or whichever is a more vulnerable target. Take full advantage of that Berserker and go to town. And there you have it. Wash, rinse, and repeat after you abort the mission, and you can complete it if you want to keep the Neurodes or if you want to go hunting for the drift mods. So what do you think? If you find this video helpful or if you like it, please give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have a suggestion or if there's something you want to see. And our next video will have something requested by a fellow user for a build on Broken War. Stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe.